My name is Nick Niederman. I'm going to be the program director for Camp Long Lake for 2014. I was on staff from the years 2008 through 2011. Served as program director for 2 of those years, and I was done in shooting sports as well for 2 years. So got a good sense of what camp is like. I'm working with Brad Singer again, who is the camp director. I'm sure most of you know Brad. Yeah, excellent, good. So he and I work pretty well together, and we're going to go forward together this summer, try to make the best experience we possibly can for it. A lot of new changes coming to camp this year, and I want to make you aware of them through the presentation we have here. Pay attention, there's going to be a little quiz at the end, there might be a little prize associated with it, so it might be worth your while. It's not a lame one either. Yeah, I saw that look, I know what you're thinking. All right, good. So, first off, as I said, Brad Singer, myself, Brent Love is coming back as business director, or business manager as well. So, getting the old crew back together, nice to have. A couple of new things at Camp Long Lake. First thing I want to talk about today is the merit badges we are offering. We're offering a total of about 30 merit badges, slight reduction from last year. The benefit of this system is, though, that we're going to is less badges, more time for open time and enrichment and practicing some of those merit badge skills. You'll note up here we have robotics, space exploration, search and rescue. We're also bringing back astronomy and pioneering. So, in a sense, 3 new badges, 2 returning badges from previous years. Search and rescue and robotics will be offered during provisional week. The other ones will be offered throughout the course of the summer. So a lot going on with this. Astronomy is a pretty awesome badge, as well as space exploration. Space exploration can actually assemble rockets. We're going to do a rocket launch as well too. So that's what we have for new badges this go around. Change in program structure this year. The biggest thing is this: rather than running merit badges throughout the course of the entire day, merit badges are going to be offered only in the morning, in the AM session. There will be a 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and an 11 o'clock merit badge block, which means the afternoon then is open for open times, going back to the sites and or going back to the merit badge areas and in general practicing those skills, getting a chance to do some of the master awards, the Baden Powell Honor Patrol Award, for example, as well too, Master Climber, Tittle Lake Yacht Club, Master Marksman, all sorts of great awards we offer that are really actually unique to Camp Long Lake. So that is advantageous for you as the scouts. You have a chance of earning all the merit badges you set out to earn. You also have that extra time if you're, say, struggling with a shooting requirement for a rifle or any other area, any other merit badge. You've got that option in the afternoon to go back and work on those skills and really satisfy the requirements of that badge. So it's advantageous for you as the scouts or the SPLs as well too. Activities including outposts. You have that option of taking outposts or going on one of our 3 outposts without having to worry about missing a badge. So we're trying to really kind of build up that high adventure aspect of Long Lake. We have 3 outposts, and we'll talk about them in a little bit. We also have on top of that the zip line, as we talked about, which is new this last year. We have that wonderful climbing tower, and we're also going to be offering hunter safety this year as well too. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go forward. In the evening, we're going to have what we call troop time, and staff, shall we say, verse troop time. There will be activities in the evening, including the Camp Long Lake Relay, Aquafest, probably going to do a scavenger hunt in there as well. And then also, you guys have the opportunity to, as a troop, check out various program areas, including shooting sports, boating, and aquatics or aquamarine. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go forward. But this is the major shift in programming this year. Merit badges in the morning. In the afternoon, we have this enrichment activity and open time. In the evening, you have some troop time or camp activity time, camp-wide activity. So very different from the last couple of years, but we're looking forward to some of these changes. Now, merit badge sessions, as I said, 9, 10, and 11 a.m. So your morning would be your option and only chance to take merit badges. Most of them typically 45 minutes long. Some of the ones like environmental science are going to take 2 45-minute blocks. So, did want to make you aware of that. There's about 15 minutes in between merit badges as well too, to get from, say, one end of the camp to the next. That hasn't really changed in terms of merit badge length. Most times they're 45 to 50 minutes. So nothing huge there, but just wanted to point out those times, 9, 10, and 11 a.m. for merit badges. Now, a lot of our merit badges have prerequisites. One of the things we've tried to do in the SPL guide, I believe, as well as the guide that goes out to your adult leaders, is put a list of those badges and the prerequisites that are required for those. You need to have those done before you come to camp. Some of the badges you cannot get the signed off blue card on if you haven't actually done those prerequisites. So just be aware of it, double check, make sure you've done all the prerequisites. It's going to help you and the rest of your troop avoid partial merit badges. So afternoons, we have a lot of opportunities in the afternoon for exploration of camp. We have an activity time period. There's open time in a lot of areas. It's a chance for you to really enrich, practice any skills you're learning. Okay, go down to the rifle range, shoot a couple more rounds. Okay, same thing with archery. Go down to swimming, swim a couple extra laps, make sure you're prepared, ready for the, say, mile swim if you go and do that. You have the opportunity then to engage in outposts. We have the 3 activities. We'll talk about that again. There's competitions that will be going on in some of the various program areas, including PFC. It's also a time to, as I said earlier, earn your Master's Awards. So we've got the 5 Master's Awards, Baden-Powell Honor Patrol to the Lake Yacht Club. Those things are all unique to Camp Long Lake. You can't get those patches anyplace else. You can't earn those awards anyplace else. Check out COPE and the zip line. In the mornings, we're going to be running open climbing. That's the only program that will run open in the mornings. So 9 a.m. we'll do open climb, 9 to 10 a.m. is open climb. And then that crew, that staff, after the morning, will go down and run the zip line in the afternoon. So we'll have 4 people, 2 people on either ends of the towers running the zip line. So it'll be far more safe than perhaps was in the past. And it's also going to allow you guys to get through there a little quicker, so there's less of a wait time. Which, hey, if you want to get on the zip line, you don't want to have to wait in line for half an hour to get on it. We also then have, like I said, Baden-Powell Honor Patrol Award as well, too. So a lot you can do in the afternoons around camp. Additional things, it's time for PLC. Those of you who are SPLs, you can have your patrol leader councils as well, too. You can plan and work on your skits, the campfire at the end of the week. If your troop decides to engage in a conservation project around camp, you have that option as well too. You can fulfill that in the afternoon without missing any badge time. So once again, advantageous to you as the scout and to your troop. Also have the option of working on campsite improvements. So when the commissioners come around, give the award out at the end of the week. You can build gateways, whatever it is you're doing around camp. So really we're trying to make that time as flexible as possible, albeit it is structured. If you want to go out and engage in camp activities during that time, certainly do so. Now, open program. These are all of the areas. I'm not necessarily going to read them off the list for you, but these are typical areas where you have open programming. In the past, it's been scattered across the course of the day, usually an 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock block for open times. Now all open times will fall in the afternoon. So you don't have to worry about necessarily missing out on a merit badge to go, say, complete the shooting requirement for shotgun. You know, you've got to set aside time for that in the afternoons. It's conducive to you completing your merit badges and fulfilling all the requirements. We also have then again at the bottom of the star hike at 10 p.m. So all these areas will be open from 2 to 4:45. So that's the entire afternoon block. We have noon watch after lunch, a little bit of downtime, starting at 2, open areas commence, and that activity enrichment time in some of those areas will go about as well too. Evening programming. A couple of options you have as a troop. You can rent out Aqualand for a troop swim. You also have the option of renting out or reserving boating for your troop or shooting sports facilities for your troop. So as a troop, you can go to any one of these areas. You have it reserved to yourself. You can reserve it at the office and engage in a troop activity, your own troop competition. For the most part, whatever you want to do. Obviously, in keeping with BSA policy for all those areas, we do have to emphasize that. So you have the option to sign up in the afternoon for certain afternoon slots as well too, kind of depending on the necessities of the given area. We're also going to have in the evening, I believe Thursday evening, we've agreed on doing the Camp White Relay and Aquafest. And we'll also have some staff versus troop competitions, which were fairly popular last year. I want to bring those back again this year. So maybe things like capture the flag, perhaps frisbee, something to that effect, ultimate frisbee. So a lot of options there, and we're still kind of working out the nuts and bolts of it, but we've got a lot of really good ideas. Evening patrol games and competitions. Got the option in the evenings for troop event Some of this is a bit of a recap. Staff and scout competitions and games. Troop time, because it is a vital portion of going to camp. You have some time to spend with the troop, to bond. It's not any given specific activity necessarily. Camp's mandated you go to. You have that time to grow as a troop and work together as a troop as well too. Activities and locations will be given at the arrival of camp during announcements in the dining hall camp. For those of you who have been to Long Lake before. Out of curiosity, how many of you guys have brought your troop to Long Lake in the past? Just about, is there anybody who's not come to Long Lake for the first time? Okay, so one troop. What troop are you guys?
135.
135. Where do you normally go?
We've been up there. I personally haven't been.
Oh, okay, so your troop has, but not yourself. All right, excellent, good. So you guys are familiar with the layout of camp. There's been a lot of interesting improvements as well, too. They've cut some new roads through there. All the stairwells or staircases have been redone. They're well lit. It's far safer to walk around at night than it has been in the past. So the camp is constantly growing and changing. Every year we're adding new things. And we've been doing this for quite a while as well, too. Starting off, say the climbing tower, I believe that was back in '98. The new fire bowl. And then progressively adding on with the piers at Aqualand, and it just keeps growing. So you're coming to Long Lake at a very interesting time. Camp's really going through a renaissance in the last 10 years, and it's continuing to improve yearly. So always something new to look forward there. The zip line's a great example of that in the last year. So, question for you guys. If we are doing games and activities in the evening, say staff versus troop events, or any kind of game you can coordinate with your own troop. Here are a couple of ideas Brad and I came up with. Capture the flag, say staff versus troop event. Obviously Campwide Relay and Aquafest. Scavenger hunt. Any ideas you guys can think of? So I'm curious from hearing from you as attendees at camp. Any thoughts? Things that might be kind of fun to do? Yeah.
Ultimate Frisbee games.
Ultimate Frisbee. I'm going to start making a list here. What else? Yeah.
Last year we did not like a dodgeball, but like a
Dodge
wrench.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. All right. Don't worry about that. We'll pick that up. So, okay. It wasn't dodgeball, but it was like dodgeball?
Trench or
Trench. Okay.
Is-
Familiar with the game. And then we said Ultimate Frisbee. What else? Things you think would be fun to either play against staff or as a crew unit. I mean, we can always supply you with, say, soccer balls, whatever the case is, and you guys can do your own troop activity. Yeah.
I could like come up with our troop recently went to like a venture group type thing,
Okay.
and they did like a camp-wide it was like an assassination game. It was called, where each crew or troop had their own like spy, they called them,
Okay.
and that spy could only take out other troops' spies.
I think I've played
And
this game
then,
before.
yeah, and then all the other kids in the troop are like, they just look for the spy and try finding out. They find information on them. They can get captured or taken out.
Okay.
Poisons. You get hit by like a soccer ball or
Huh.
something like that.
Okay. What else? Yeah.
volleyball.
Volleyball, of course. And then we've got the staff versus adult volleyball game, but it might be fun to get scouts and units in on that. So, yeah, volleyball, absolutely.
We've always done football.
What's that?
Our troop, 71 is always in game of football.
Always in, I've played football with you guys before, back when Danny, I think, was your SPL a couple of years back. So, yeah, football's always popular. What else? Yeah.
Gaga, we played it at Camp Phillips.
What's it called?
Gaga.
Gaga.
Oh,
Could you enlighten us for those who have not played
There
Gaga
is-
before?
What they did, they made a pit out of cables, and you would have a ball, and you would have to let it bounce 2 times, and when it bounced, you had to say Gaga, and then you couldn't hit it unless it was with your hands, and if you were hit in the legs, you were out.
Okay. Sounds like a more complex game of Foursquare.
Probably.
Okay. All right. Any other thoughts? Interested from hearing from you guys. So, you never know. Your idea could be the one that ends up as a Tuesday night event, for example. Yeah.
A giant game of Ninja.
Yeah, classic Ninja. That doesn't even take much organization. You need to be doing that waiting to get to the dining hall. I've seen it. So. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Game of Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales. How do you play Dragon Tales?
MLT game.
Oh, okay. I'll check with the NYLD guys then. All right. Good. I do appreciate it, guys. As I said, we're still kind of in the process of polishing the last program meetings, so love hearing from you and your input since you're the ones attending. Let's talk Outpost. We have quite a bit of state land up there to utilize. Long Lake itself is a decent-sized camp, but the real advantage of being up where we're at is we have the entire northern unit of the Kettle Moraine State Forest. So literally thousands of acres of land up there that we can utilize. We can go out and do outpost adventures on. A lot of fun opportunities. We're bringing back most of the, I believe actually all the ones that were last year as well too. So let's talk a little bit about what we have out there for Outpost. Obviously the Great Camp Long Lake Outpost Canoe Adventure, that hasn't changed. That's been a staple for as long as I've been at Camp Long Lake. So the opportunity to canoe across the lake, set up at the DNR campground across the way, or state campground, camp overnight, cook out, and then come back. It's a nice respite, gets you away from camp, gets you a chance to go canoeing, practice some of the skills maybe you learned in the canoe merit badge. We also then have the bike trip. We're going to use these wonderful state bike trails around there. And we have some nicely donated bikes and some good quality equipment. So it doesn't require that you bring a bike up there. We have bikes reserved for you as well as helmets, which is part of the SA policy. But quite a bit of trails that we can use and utilize for that, running down the Malfa Lake Trail all the way down past the lake and down further south. We also have a hiking outpost as well too, or backpacking outpost. That will be an overnight. We get a chance to get out of camp, cook some meals on the trail, stay overnight in the shelter, and then come on back. So that's what we're planning for Outpost. As I said, I think those are pretty much the same ones we've had the last couple of years. But once again, we are instituting that program. There we go. Outpost schedule Monday night and Tuesday morning will be the canoe outpost. So that's what we start the week with. Nice thing about that is you miss no merit badges. You leave in the evening, you come back before merit badges in the morning, you're good to go. So there's no loss of merit badges during that. Midday will be the bicycle outpost. So that'll be mostly in that afternoon block. You're not going to be missing any merit badges for that. Might miss a little open time, but for some of you who've got a lot of merit badges and aren't really going to camp just to earn merit badges, you've got the opportunity to do this as well too. Thursday afternoon to Friday lunch is going to be the backpacking trip. You will be missing Friday morning merit badges, but a lot of your merit badges you're going to find you can finish up probably by Thursday. And then what you haven't, if you miss anything Friday, you can always go back to those program areas Friday afternoon during the enrichment or activity time and get caught up there. So we're really trying to emphasize Outpost as a program you can attend without missing out on any merit badge or merit badges. So in the background, that's Parnell Tower. How many of you guys have been up there? You went on the 5-mile hike at any point with Project First Class in the last couple of years. Usually it takes you up or starts off at the Parnell Tower. So. Okay. Not the easiest slide to read, and I apologize for that. PFC is going through some different changes. It's located where the old archery range used to be located, just next to the trading post. It was there, I believe, the last couple of years. That space we really want to utilize kind of as the heart of camp. PFC, Project First Class, is such an important, vital aspect for troops, for camp itself. It's very much that jump start for a lot of scouts. And going through it helps to keep you guys in the program and keep scouts coming into your troop in the program. So here's the way PFC is going to work this year. Within PFC, all scouts will be organized into patrols that function as patrols throughout the course of the week in PFC. So it doesn't matter what troop you come from, it will be inter-troop patrols formed at PFC. The schedule is pretty straightforward. Mondays will be pioneering skills, lashings, knot tyings, that type of things. In the afternoon on Monday, then there's a chance to practice those skills, build and construct some towers using spars, projects, gateways, all sorts of things within PFC itself. Tuesday is going to be first day. Tuesday afternoon is the practicing of that. Wednesday morning, we have cooking. Scouts who are in PFC will eat lunch Wednesday. Wednesday, we'll eat lunch at PFC, cook and eat lunch, and in the afternoon is the chance to earn tokenship and firemanship. Thursday then is going to be, it's going to be orienteering. Thursday afternoon then will be the Parnell Tower hike, or the 5-mile hike. Friday, we're going to do Leave No Trace awareness in the morning. Friday afternoon is going to be competition based off the TV show Are You Tougher Than a Scout? How many of you guys saw that when I came on board? I don't know, what, a couple months ago? Was it any good? Yeah, okay. I heard the reviews were decent. So we're going to base competition off that Scoutmasters versus PFC Scouts. So that's the way PFC is going to operate. There's still time during the 11 o'clock block for a PFC Scout to go out and still earn a badge, but still complete and really master those skills in the afternoon. We call this the edge method in scouting, and we're really trying to employ that here, employ that here at Camp Young. All right. Yep. Flexibility, open time in the afternoons, and there's also a chance in the afternoon then for scouts to go around and earn the Baden-Powell Honor Patrol. Yeah, question.
You said that that kids in PFC could take a merit badge at 11 o'clock?
Yeah. Correct. All right. Yeah, if you guys have questions as we're going through this, just ask. So, yeah, that's the schedule I just explained to you. Monday, knots and lashings. Tuesday, first aid. Cooking Wednesday. Nap and compass work Thursday. And leave no trace awareness Friday, with that afternoon time built into practice in some way, shape, and form those skills. It's nice because those of you who have younger scouts in the troop, they're actually learning the skills. So that means the next summer when you take them out on a canoeing trip, or they go out again to camp, they're not just, shall we say, in the way. They've practiced those skills, they've learned them. They're vital then to the troop and the success of the troop on other outings. So that's why we're really trying to emphasize this. Now, special programs in the world. Master Climber, Master Ecologist, Master Marksman, Master Outdoorsman, and Master Sailors are 5 Master Awards. We also have Tittle Lake Yacht Club, which like a Master Award. And then we have Baden-Powell Honor Patrol as well, too. So getting around to all the various areas. Like I said, these are unique to Camp Long Lake. You cannot get those patches at any other camp. Those awards are earned strictly through us using our facilities at our camp. Passport to Adventure. This gets scouts out to the various areas within camp, including an element to archery, rifle, aqualand, boating, campcraft, and ecology. It's great. It's aimed at those younger scouts who are exploring camp and just kind of branching out. Your PFC guys might spend some time in the afternoon earning this as well too. But it's open for everybody as well too, not just first or second year scouts. Duty to gather. So we do have duty to gather. We've offered that in the past. It requires attending some of the devotionals, leading the troop in prayer. A lot going on with that. It's a very popular award. You go down to the Valley of the Lord, you attend Noon Watch, which takes place after lunch every day. So we encourage all scouts to do that. That's one of the points of the Scout Law. Scout is reverent. And that's something we really try and foster and encourage at Long Lake. In some ways more so than other camps that I've worked at or been to, where you only have perhaps one, say, non-denominational church service. Long Lake, we have them every day after lunch. You've got that opportunity to go reflect a little bit and earn also this award if you so desire. Order the Arrow. How many of you are in the Arrow? Excellent. So Tuesday night is going to be our Brotherhood conversions. Those members who meet the requirements for Brotherhood can test at Long Lake. And then Tuesday night is Brotherhood conversion. Still, we've done that in the past, typically in the Firebolt. We have a very, very active chapter of Wagashag, and myself and the Brotherhood member as well too. We will have a summer chief up there this year to work with the troops, talk with members of the troops, and keep you guys active and interested in the OA as well too. So, very strong presence at Long Lake. We have also the OA dinner. OA silent dinner where you wear your sash, you're let in the quarter of honor or wood, and then it's a silent dinner in honor of the OA. So still keeping those traditions. If you do come up, definitely encourage you to bring your OA sash if you're a member of the OA. We also do the OA call out at the campfire as well too. So none of that's going to change. That's some pretty solid tradition we've had going up at Long Lake for quite a few years, and definitely want to continue that as well too. So if you go up there, be prepared. You might be the one who gets called out if you're not already an OA member or haven't gone through your ordeal. Hunter safety. We are bringing back hunter safety this year. Myself and Brad are both hunter safety instructors. It's an excellent course. If you haven't been through it, it's great. It teaches you the safety and fundamentals of hunting and safe gun handling, safe and ethical practices with being out in the woods. It's technically offered through the DNR. the way it works is you would take some preliminary online trainings. You'd complete all your work online. The only portion of it you would take up at Long Lake is what we call the field test. So there's a shooting component to it. Not that you have to shoot a certain score or accuracy, but you do have to shoot so that you can see that you're comfortable handling the firearm. And then there's some scenarios we work you through as well too. I believe it's about 8 hours of actual field test work. We do that over the course of 2 days. That's what those afternoons are for. It's not going to be offered necessarily every week. Well, it is offered every week. It depends how many people sign up for it. You have to register in advance for it. We need a minimum of 10 scouts or 10 individuals interested in taking the course in order to hold a course, and that's per DNR standards. So if you're interested, start talking to your scoutmasters, and it only costs $10 to take the course. Once you get your hunter safety, it's good for the rest of your life, provided you don't do something foolish and lose your right or privilege to hunt in the state of Wisconsin. But it's good for the course of your life. It only costs $10. You can complete a lot of it from the comfort of your own home, and then we field test you up at Long Lake to make sure you are comfortable handling firearms, handling them in a safe manner, and have picked up on some of the skills that they've tried to teach. So it's coming back this year. We didn't have it the last several years, but since Brad and I are both certified instructors, we really want to bring that back and give anyone the opportunity who's interested in wanting to hunt or just wanting to handle firearms in a more safe fashion that chance. Okay, and it's only $10. So, provisional week. We will have one provisional week. It will be July 27th through August 2nd. How many of you have come back up for provisional week? Okay, a couple of you. The way it works is you have members from all sorts of troops coming up. You're assembled into provisional troops or units. There's a provisional SPL that's elected or appointed, and you function as a troop. The nice thing about it is you're meeting people from other troops, you get different ideas, different skits, different songs if you like those types of things, different ideas for meals, different traditions, and you learn all those different things other troops are doing. We've also got a lot of other really great opportunities. Because it is a jamboree style troop, you have the option of earning new badges, which allows you to advance quicker. You can hit up some of those partials that you've had in the past and complete those, which is really nice for advancement, especially as you start getting up to those higher ranks in scouting and you need some of those badges. Chance to kind of kick back and have some fun. Maybe you didn't get a chance to explore all the program areas your first week up. This gives you a chance to go and check them all out. Boating, aqualand, shooting sports. We have that wonderful facility up there, as well as obviously the zip line and climbing tower too. You have a provisional scoutmaster selected by the council. We didn't actually put the price in this presentation, but we do have that for your adult leaders. It is, I believe, still a reduced rate from the previous week. So if you sign up for provisional, my understanding is you have a reduced rate for it compared to the first week up at camp. We're going to have a special shooting sports during week 6. There's a camp that goes on during this. I'm not sure if it's filled up yet. I think there's an opportunity to even sign up for it this evening. But there will be a special shooting sports camp where it's entirely focused on shooting. Yeah?
I talked to the guy who's in charge of that. He says that
Excellent.
there's 4 or 5 spots left, I think.
4 or 5 spots left. And I forget the exact cost of it, but you'd be shooting all week. Shotgun, rifle, trap. You know the exact
Yeah,
cost.
it's
$400, but it's money well spent. You're going to shoot at least 1,000 rounds of ammunition up there. It doesn't necessarily allow you the chance to take other badges, but you'd be doing a lot of shooting sports activities. Now, keep in mind that's separate from the rest of what's going on Provisional Week. So Provisional Week, it doesn't mean it's $400 for everybody, but just those individuals taking the shooting sports portion of it. So, a lot going on with Provisional Week, and that's also when we're offering robotics and search and rescue as well, too, which is very similar to EPREP, if you've taken EPREP. Now, how many of you have ever been to CIT up at camp? A couple of you, excellent. If you ever have any interest in working on camp staff, what I'd recommend to you is you fill out the CIT application. You can get them at the council office. You can even get them up at camp. You can find them, I believe, on the website as well, too. You fill out the application. I'll probably contact you somewhere around March. Set up a week when you can come up and work for the week at camp. It's not a paid position, but you live with staff, you eat with staff, you experience what it's like to be on staff. The nice thing about this is later on, if you decide you want to apply to work at Long Lake for the summer, You can say, oh yeah, I remember you from when you were a CIT. You really impressed us. We'd love to have you on camp staff. You've got your foot in the door that way. It's also a nice way to get away from mom and dad and be up at camp for a week without any having to pay for it as well too. It's important to understand if you are a CIT, you're not up there in merit badges. You will be in all various areas. You'll be working. You'll be doing some of the tasks assigned to you by the area director and instructors. But it's a great experience. We've got a lot of former staff that were CITs as well too. So.
No.
Basic contact information. Brad Singer's the camp director. Myself, Nick Niederman, the program director. If you need to write this down, I suppose you can. You can always come back to this slide. But our information is pretty much all over the website as well too. So we're pretty easy to get a hold of. And somebody at the scout office can direct you to us if you lose the information. Do you guys have any questions for me? Yeah.
Could you get that information on the slides? Or could we get that information? Because
Oh.
I want to make sure that I have all of them.
We do have an SPL guidebook that's going out. It would contain, I think, just about all of this. I can also talk to Brad and Mr. Prangy as well too about getting this up on the site. So there is that possibility. But yeah, I would like you guys to have access to that information. We're bringing back the SPL guidebook this year. We haven't had it the last 2 years. This year we're bringing it back so that you as SPLs have a good sense of what's going on program-wise in camp, what's going on with the OA. You can kind of help guide and foster your troop in that regard. So. Other questions?
Why do you have certain merit badges only offered provisional week?
It's just to give more incentive to come up, say, provisional week. Some scouts would say, oh, I'm not going to go provisional week if I don't have a chance to earn any more badges. So we offer some ones that are a little different, a little newer, so it gives you more incentive to come on.
Okay.
Yeah. But hence robotics and search and rescue. In the past, we've done E-prep as well too. Yeah.
You know, prerequisites for certain merit badges, and you have to get in contact with a certain counselor to do them?
No, you don't. You wouldn't have to get in contact with a counselor. It would be things you could do on your own prior to coming in. So, good question though, because you've got somebody who's, let's say, in your troop and does counsel for that merit badge. You could always contact her or him and say, hey, I want to work on these prerequisites. Can you give me any pointers? For the most part, they're going to be fairly self-explanatory. Some of them are, keeping a log or a record of what you've been doing for the last couple of weeks or couple of months or however that works out. So, yeah. Anything else?